Hi, my name is Kelly Rowell, and I am here with Alan Johnson. We are doing the Senior Spotlight. This is my first year here, Alan, and I have just so thoroughly enjoyed having you as a student. I find you to be very fascinating, so I'm glad that I have a few minutes to chat with you. So, can we get started?
Yes, ma'am, and thank you for asking me to be the interviewee for this.
My pleasure. First thing I want to know is, what are 3 of your most favorite memories from your time here at VHS?
Okay, I got some really good ones.
Okay.
So my first favorite out of all of them would be, it was after I was told that I had won state for humorous interpretation my junior year, that whenever Outside and Landry had caught word of it, he came running to me, just about tackling me, giving me a great big hug, and it was just a wonderful moment to me because it meant a lot to me.
Right.
Because it means a lot to me whenever someone else celebrates someone else's success, because he celebrated more than I did.
Right. That was definitely worth celebrating.
Another favorite memory of mine that would definitely be, again, at State Literary junior year, whenever Dottie and I were sitting there while there was that moment of silence before first place was called for duo.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this was our second year doing duo, but it was our third year doing literary. And so in that moment, whenever they called our names for first, 3 words described how we felt in that moment. We did it.
That's awesome.
We did. And it was a moment like no other.
Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome.
And then my final one, which would be one of the funniest ones. Okay, so sophomore year, the show choir went to Wild Adventures in there at Valdosta, and we rode. And so me and 2 other friends, we rode the Geronimo. This was my first time riding it, and you know, with this most recent trip we did a few weeks ago, I rode that with Landry. But so and this was our first time. And so what I love about the story is, one, the guy who was, now we had to be told the word fly to tell us to go. And so Shannon had been the one that was assigned to pull the latch, and so we waited, and so he said, fly, and we sat there for a second. Shannon, he said, fly, fly! And so we felt like we had stayed there for like 3 seconds. And so then we started going down. We thought we were in a free fall, like we completely disconnected. Like, Shannon, what did you do? And then we just flew forward, and it was such a fun experience.
Right, yeah, that's horrifying to me. But I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I mean, and every other roller coaster after that, it was nothing to me. The boomerang was rocking me to sleep after that.
Oh, gosh. Oh, Alan. All of those are great memories, and I know you have more, but we only have time for a few, so thank you for sharing those. Now, the next big question that everybody wants to know is, what are you doing after you graduate?
So after I graduate, I am going to attend UGA starting this fall, and I'll be majoring in accounting, minor in business.
Wow.
Now, I know that's on the completely different part of the spectrum from acting and theater, but so I plan to take theater as an elective because I still want to have a good ground to build off of when it comes to accounting. After graduating, I plan to go for a master's in it.
Right.
And starting my sophomore year, I will be doing movie and TV show auditions there in Atlanta, to try to get myself introduced into that field. And even after I graduate from college, I plan to continue taking different acting classes to make sure nothing gets rusty. Because acting, for me, it's not a dream, it's a goal.
Right, that's awesome, and those sound like great plans, and I'm so glad that you're going to keep on with the performing because you really are gifted. But accounting, that's a pretty hefty goal too. So
I'm surprisingly more left brain dominant than right brain, but once I get up on a stage, get up in front of a crowd of people, and that right brain just flips on.
Right,
and takes
I got
control.
you. Yep, I understand. That will serve you well in whatever field you go into. All right, so the next thing I wanted to ask you about is, specifically here at VHS, what would you say has prepared you the most for what you plan to do in the future?
Could you ask that question again? I showed so much of my.
Too much leg. Alan, no more leg, please. We got to keep it clean. Okay, so what event or activity here at VHS would you say has most prepared you for all of your future goals?
So it would definitely be being a stage manager for one act for 3 of my years
Right.
here at VHS. It really gave me structure and something to build off of my freshman year because I didn't really know what I wanted to do.
Right.
But so what it taught me, because it required it, it taught me organization, leadership, and just a determination
Right.
too. I mean, and hard work as well. I mean, it's really the reason why I'm able to organize stuff
Right.
for BTN and stuff like that. A part of the help of having such a great crew and everything.
Right, right. Yes, you do have a great crew. But yes, stage manager is a huge job and a very, very important because sometimes everybody gets wrapped up in what's going on the stage and they don't realize all of the things that have to go on behind the scenes. So yes.
I mean, I
Very-
even had charts drew up and everything, T-charts. It was.
That doesn't surprise me. All right, next question. Now this is, specific to my area because you're here with me. What would you say has been your most favorite thing about show choir?
Okay, so that one would definitely be all the goofy moments on and off stage. And of course the goofy moments that weren't over the top and stuff like that.
Right.
That, I mean, it made me feel like part of the family of it. And that in addition with the outpour of emotion that, I mean, you can just see the
Right.
faces of the singers, the actors, whenever they were just on stage singing. But one of my favorite Goofy moments would be, it was during a practice for our production of Little Shop of Horrors. And so we were doing our choreography, and during the song Dentist, in which I had a solo of it,
Right.
on the verse, the people will pay you to be inhumane. And so in that moment, I dragged Landry across the stage as part of the role, and I mean, we did not have that put down as any of the choreography, and so the director loved it, so we kept it. So
Spontaneous. You and Landry have quite the shenanigans.
we've been friends for about 14, 15 years now.
That's awesome. Great. Okay, so let me just expound on that a little bit. How do you think being a part of show choir specifically can help you or other people that are a part of that class be prepared for their future as adults in the working world or just in general?
So it definitely teaches discipline, gives you structure, and just teaches you hard work and stuff like that. And one phrase that really is important in show choir, and whenever it's said, you don't want people to take it the wrong way. It's supposed to be encouraging. A team is only as strong as its weakest link.
Yes.
And the reason why that's important in show choir and any other team is that's to tell the stronger links that it's their job to strengthen the weaker links.
Yes.
Because if you sit there looking disgusted at how they're doing, they'll never get better. And so they themselves, not the person that's not doing well, but the people who do well, they're doing wrong and they're hurting the group, not
Right.
the person who's the weakest link.
Right. Gotcha. You got to help people along.
Right, and that shines true in any team.
It does. Yes, it does. Good. All right. So again, now you've spent so many hours and months and years even in the arts. So what would you say makes the arts classes, and I mean, all of the arts, performing and visual arts, an important part of the education experience?
So, I mean, I love numbers and history and all that, but there's really more to life and knowledge than just numbers, history, and stuff, how things work, or why this was written this way. There's much more to that, because we were given a right brain for a reason, and what the arts classes do, they help strengthen, they exercise that part of the brain, just like how academics strengthen and exercise the other part of the brain. So why should we only strengthen one side and not strengthen the other?
Right.
And so, and really, and arts just really helps grow your talents in that area. Some people are talented with numbers, or some people are talented with science. I'm definitely not the second one. But so, I mean, those classes help strengthen their talents in that.
Right.
And I mean, if you have a favorite artist or favorite music artist, actor, any other kind of artist, you can thank the arts classes for that. Thank the teachers, because you wouldn't have those who inspire you. You would not have that inspiration if it weren't for arts classes.
Helps you be more well-rounded, right? I would say. Yeah. Thank you for that. One final question that I know everybody is dying to know the answer to, and what would you like to say, making a final statement to your fellow graduates, class of 2024?
So I'm going to throw a number out there that, of course, I've researched. 2.5 billion. That's how many seconds are in the average lifespan of a person.
Right.
And every single second is a moment in time. And only the important ones, the ones that have meaning, those moments become memories. And memories happen for a reason. There's something to cherish, good or bad memories. Everything has its purpose. And so I say just cherish those memories, try to make as many as possible, because those are the ones that help you in the future.
Yes, they are. Alan, thank you so much. It's been a great time here, getting to hear some of your thoughts and memories from your time here at VHS. I wish you all the very, very best.
Thank you, Ms. Rowell.
You're welcome.